Chris Kenny has been road tripping around the state of Florida today, the third most populous state where Trump needs to secure votes if he's going to do another term as the US president. He's also a resident there, so no doubt we know who his vote went to.
This is Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump's Florida home. It was actually gifted to the US government in the 70s as a potential winter White House. That didn't work out, and much later it ended up in Donald Trump's hands, and now it has become a winter White House. Over the next week, we're going to take you on a road trip from here up to the real White House in Washington, D.C. We're going to look at the states and the issues that will decide whether Donald Trump gets another 4 years in Washington or he comes back down to his adopted state of Florida and seeks refuge. Now, in his battle to get a second term, there is no state more important to Donald Trump than Florida. He was here on the weekend, casted his ballot, then went off to rallies around the country. But in Florida, there are 29 electoral college votes up for grabs. The Democrats have a rap on California and New York. The Republicans and Donald Trump should get Texas. Florida is the one really big grouping of electoral college votes that is right in the balance.
It would be very nice for Joe Biden to win it. It would make his path to 270 electoral votes a lot easier, but he doesn't need to win it. Trump needs to win it. So if President Trump does not win Florida, I think we'll know pretty early in the evening, and that could really doom his chances.
Now, of course, the enthusiasm and energy that Donald Trump brings to the campaign is unquestioned. He goes from rally to rally, state to state. But have a look at his supporters. They show amazing energy as well. This is a rally in Fort Lauderdale, just south, of course, of the President's winter White House. The organiser of this rally is Michelle Merrill. Michelle, this looks like a lot of fun, but the question is, absolutely,
97% of the cars going by are pro-Donald Trump, not Joe Biden. We have rallies like this happening all over Broward County today, at all the polling locations and on corners all over the county. We are seeing unprecedented numbers of people showing up for our rallies that the president is coming in for in Florida. We're seeing people by tens of thousands showing up. Joe Biden could not fill a bowling alley during his election, and Donald Trump is bringing in supporters by the thousands.
The question I have, though, is while this looks like a lot of fun, there's a lot of colour and movement, does it actually win you any extra votes?
This is about impressions, and these are positive impressions. All these people going by, I know they're going to vote for him. I know they are. And all these people here today are voting for him.
Or else what?
Or else we're in big trouble in America.
This is truly an historic first. A sitting United States president pacing the field for the great American race. He said he wanted to do a lap. He's going to do it.
Love it. Gosh, it's awesome.
The president made a spectacular appearance at the Daytona 500 in February. The race is like America's Bathurst, and it's held every year here at Daytona Beach, Florida. The NASCAR demographic, as they call it, is a crucial one for winning over working families who might ordinarily be expected to vote Democrat and therefore Joe Biden. They've been pretty strong for Donald Trump instead. In American politics, they love to break everything down into specific demographics and try to target them. And here in Florida, there are plenty of demographics to try to satisfy.
Florida is very much a contested state because not all Latinos vote alike. So you have a divergence there in some cases. You have a lot of New Yorkers and others from the Northeast, older citizens who have retired to Florida. So that is an important voting bloc. And then, of course, you've just got native Floridians. It's otherwise a young state, a dynamic state, very low taxes. So it draws a lot of people who want to come and work and have the government not on their backs and taking half of every dollar.
In last week's final campaign debate, Joe Biden made a big climate play to phase out the oil and gas industry. Now, this isn't going to play well in the big oil and gas states like Texas or Pennsylvania or even here in Florida. But worse still, it's a bit like Bill Shorten's electric car push in the last federal election. It's an attack on the petrol-driven car, and it's going to force up gas or petrol prices. As you know, Americans need and love their cars even more than Australians. They just like them a bit bigger and thirstier. So this issue has got Donald Trump fired up on all 8 cylinders in the last lap of the campaign.